YouTube, how's it going? I am Sean. Before we get into the video, I gotta say I am in Florida. They would not let me keep my microphone. So today's video is gonna be a microphone-less video. Today's video is gonna be on my opinion on whether you should go to college or not. I'm gonna be basing that opinion on 3 different categories. We got academics, networking, and money. I feel like those are 3 situations or the 3 categories that I dealt with most when determining on which college I should go to. And since I'm a business major, finance major, really, that is the 3 categories I worry about the most: networking, money, and I guess academics a little bit. But so I recently picked up the book, How to Give Your Child a 4-Year Degree Without Going Broke, from my neighbor, and that's why I decided to make this video. It sparked the subject of discussion, and honestly, do not go out and buy this book. This book is terrible. It is probably the worst written book I've ever had. Other than that, though, I think the 3 categories that I decided to talk about today has a lot of value to it. If you sit back and relax, you'll understand a little bit more about college and how to determine which college you should go to. So let's roll into it. All right. So academics. I chose academics because I feel like that's one of the things that people choose when they decide to go to college. They decide to go to college to better themselves so they can get a higher paycheck later in their career. Or, I mean, at least that's what I did when I chose mine. So academics, that can go into a couple things. So a couple professions definitely require, and they do require, a lot more testing, perfecting, years of practicing to actually one day become whatever you want to become, like a lawyer, like a general surgeon, or any surgeon in that, for that matter. But then again, you got some actual, professions like myself, business in general. There's a lot of people that learn business outside of actually business school. Actually, a lot of people I know end up going directly into business and learn it because everything is business. You can start a job somewhere and pick up different tabs of business without actually ever going to business school. So again, for this situation, I'd say you don't need to know exactly what you want to do when you come out of college, because the odds are you don't. The amount of kids that lived on my floor freshman year that have changed their major throughout the years is at least 75% of them. I know this is something I did. I never even changed my major because I never declared a major in the first 3 years of me being there. Of course, when I got into the business college, I had to officially declare what I wanted to do. I was just weighing out the options. Instead of declaring something and feeling stressed about picking the right thing, I just took those 2 years to actually decide what I wanted to do. First of all, you have to narrow it down. You have to narrow it down to either anything in business, anything in healthcare, anything engineering. And if you want to do something like that, then you can pick schools based on that criteria. Like, I got a couple buddies that, they knew they were going to be engineers, so they went out and ventured to engineer schools to decide if they actually want to keep venturing into the college lifestyle. However, though, if you want to become, I don't know, let's say an entrepreneur, and that's in the business field, if you didn't know that for some reason. If you wanted to become an entrepreneur, then I really don't see the reason why you want to go into college. Entrepreneur is an entrepreneur because they are an entrepreneur. They come up with things. So if you're going to college to become an entrepreneur, then I'm sorry to tell you, you're really not an entrepreneur. That sort of thing is kind of in you. And in that same case, if you're going to go to school to be an entrepreneur, you might as well just not go to school and be an entrepreneur, because you save that money, that $100,000 in 4 years that you're going to spend at school, and spend that money building your business or something that you want to sell. So for that reason, I'm giving academics on this scoring scale a 6.5 out of 10. And the reason being for that score is that, yes, still right now, if you want to be paid more than the average person, I was going to say Joe, but that's kind of offensive to guys named Joe. If you want to be paid more in your line of work, your profession, then you should go get a degree. You should try to better yourself, because that's exactly what people like employers, future employers, are looking to see. People that actually try to go out and better themselves than everybody else. You gotta think about this, If I had 2 guys sitting next to each other that had the same work credentials, the same drive, same everything, except one went to college and one didn't, I mean, I'm gonna have to go pick the guy with a college degree. Sometimes it is as simple as that. And it sucks for the people that, it doesn't work out for, but that's just how the world works, and got to kind of play the game. second part of the video, we're going to be talking about networking, and preferably my favorite part of college. So on to category number 2, networking. Now this is arguably my favorite part of college. This is arguably the most important part of college. It is networking. You know the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know? It's a saying for a reason, because it happens to be true for a lot of people. The single most important thing to do or learn from college is learn how to talk to people, learn how to interact with people, because fast forward 5-10 years, pretty much everybody's job is going to have to deal with some customers. You're gonna have to deal with customers, co-workers, other employees. You got your boss, you got vendors, you got everybody. Everybody for most work. You are going to have to interact with people. And if you cannot interact with people, there's no place for you in the workplace. If you're working for somebody and you need, like your manufacturing company, and you need a certain amount of ingredients, and you're running behind and you need somebody to do it pronto, you need to learn how to do that. You need to learn how to be able to do that while maintaining a professional, sorry, this is heavy. You need to learn how to do that professionally and not be rude while doing it, because of course, you're gonna need those ingredients on time. And customers, I mean, if you're talking to clients, you're gonna need to be able to talk to them, network, and get more clients, or end up getting more clients through them, networking through them to get more clients. And the one thing cool about college is that many of them offer clubs and student organizations where you can meet people and future employers at these meetings. For me, myself, it was a management student organization called MSO at Western, and I joined as a freshman. And the best thing I did was joining as a freshman, because it got me out there talking to future employers, handing out my resume to people that at the time I didn't know how significant that was. Not many people my age was doing that at that time. So when it came around junior year, beginning of senior year, those employers have remembered me, and they reached out to me wondering if I still needed a job. Of course, I already had a job lined up, so I politely declined their offer, but I keep them in my back pocket just in case something doesn't work out and I need a line of work. I'll reach out to them because I maintained a professional networking environment, and I can reach out to them. It's all things like not burning bridges. So if you're in college, I highly suggest you starting a student organization as soon as possible. Get your name out there, get those jitters out of the way. That's something I always struggled with, was being comfortable around people and talking and not trying to feel like I was a loser. That's something that I'm doing this YouTube channel for, is get used to talking in front of people, although you're not there. Now, some people make a good point. Sean, I don't have to pay $100 grand to go talk to some people, start networking. That's true. But then this leads to the barrier to entry thing, the gates of people going, and you're putting your best foot forward. So again, back to the story, if I was to line up two people that again had the same qualifications, and you're both going for the same internship, and one person went to college and the other person didn't, 9 times out of 10, that employer is going to go for the person that went to college, even if they didn't graduate. So I said it once and I'll say it again. When you're networking, you are simply putting your best foot forward and helping yourself in future scenarios. That's it, regardless if you go to college or if you don't. So on that and that alone, I'm going to rate the networking category out of this video an 8.5 out of 10. And I really don't think I need to go into further explanation of why I did that. Hopefully you understood by that rant. Moving on to category 3. See you there. Category 3, which is money. And this wouldn't be a finance channel if we didn't talk about money. When it comes down to it, college is really expensive. Like really, really expensive. And every year it seems like they raise tuition. And you gotta think about it. If you choose a college away from home, then you can't live at home, so you have to pay rent for an apartment or pay rent for a house, or live on campus in a dorm, and then you gotta buy, your groceries, your food, and all the money starts adding up really quickly. And let's be honest, let's be honest here. Hopefully this is in focus, I cannot tell. Probably gonna be buying beer. So, you gotta factor that into your finances for this as well. So this is the part where when I was figuring out what college I wanted to go to, or if I wanted to go to college, I really told myself if I was going to do this, I was going to have to give it 100%. Mess around at all. This is, serious stuff. This is a lot of money to be wasting if you're just going to mess around. I do think that the price of college is outrageous. Outrageously, it's getting out of control. And really, I don't see it ever getting cheaper, not in the near future. The only thing I see happening is that Google and other online educational systems are going to get so advanced that really anything that you need to look up will be on Google or the internet, I guess. I don't know what it will be 20 years down the line, but I did know a bunch of kids freshman year that had left. They figured out that college was not for them. They left. They picked up a trade, like for this, my one buddy example, he is an electrician. He works on power lines. He's making 70 grand a year. He's 20. It's insane. And the reason being is, we're running out of people. We're running out of people for the trade business. So we're running out of people in the trade industry. Their wages are so much higher than anything that you can get coming straight out of college for many fields. So it's a completely different day, and I realized while editing this video that I forgot to tell you what I rated the money category of this video, and it's not great. You're not gonna like it. I'm rating the money category of this video a 2 out of 10, and that's because it's very, very expensive. The schools are very expensive, and I see them becoming very obsolete, like I said previously in the video. So I don't know. All right, back to the video. I'm glad I got that out of the way. Let's get back to the video. There's not much left, so thank you for watching and enjoy the rest. So overall, the rating of the 3 categories comes down to 16.5 out of 30, and at my school, that would be considered an E because that's 55%. So take that however you want it. I'm not going to read into it for you, but I do have to say, if you are in college right now, enjoy it. If you're in college right now, enjoy it, have fun, because before you know it, you're gonna have to become an adult like the rest of us, and well, not me yet, but soon. Alright, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I hope you learned something. If you didn't learn something, I hope you found it entertaining. If you want to connect with me on Discord, I will be in the Gen X Dividend Investors Discord every day, every trading day from regular trading hours. I am usually there. If you are so kind and you want to sign up for my Robinhood or M1 Finance referral links, both of those will be in the description below. Other than that, keep on investing and keep on studying, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.